Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another Foundry review here. Today I'm with the notorious, the one and only JB. John, how are we doing today?
Hey, yo! What's going on, guys? Pretty happy. I feel like this review has been a long time coming. We finally found some free time to hit you guys up with it.
Yeah, and I'm super excited. So today we are going to be reviewing the Northman. Very, so good. I loved it.
Yeah,
Just, like,
I liked it a lot, too. Banging movie. Thanks for watching. No, it was really good. I'm a huge fan of Robert Eggers' work. Past 3 films he's done, including Northman, Lighthouse, which love that shit. Would really like to review the other films sometime here on the Foundry with you. If you'd like, I feel like it's films that we mutually agree on.
Yeah, they're absolutely lovely, and I can't wait until we do actually review it. But today, I feel like we should go ahead and just pop in on this. So, yeah, so like starting out with the Northmen, like I wasn't really like expecting like I guess that to be the beginning, just like you see like the boats like starting to sail in and stuff like that, and like you get the eerie music, and then it's a dad coming home. Like,
yeah, and just watching this, like I, for some reason in my entire head, I just have Assassin's Creed Valhalla in my head, and it was really fucking hard not to, because I'm just like, damn, dude, and
it's
just
like borderline the same beginning, yeah, like you're just coming home.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
I was really hoping to see more Willem Dafoe and Ethan Hawke in the movie. I really like them, but I mean they played their roles pretty well. The twist kind of at the end about his mom, that kind of made me sad.
Yeah, like kind of like gave his quest less purpose.
Yeah, and I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like it was just kind of pointless. But he said something to his father at the very beginning, like I guess he got his honor back or something, but it just, the ending was not my favorite, and I was just kind of like, well, that kind of felt a little pointless, but it was overall it was a very good story.
It really was, and I think that's funny. That should be probably the word for the movie. Like a lot of stuff that happens in there like is done and then is proven to be just entirely pointless. Like it's just
it's funny. I really liked Alexander Skarsgård. Main character. The motherfucker is humongous. He is a jacked Viking. He's our main character of the film. And supporting character, we had Anya Taylor-Joy. She's been in a couple things: Peaky Blinders, Queen's Gambit, and The Witch. She was really good in this. She didn't have a huge role in it, but I liked her what she did in it.
I did too. Like especially kind of being like a pagan witch. Like I'm not sure exactly like what kind she was. Like she spoke like Slavic or whatever like throughout most of the film, but
yeah, she definitely kind of was up to some witch vibes and stuff, which was pretty cool. But I liked a lot of the pagan imagery. It's just something that I really enjoy, like the whole ritual film. That's another banger. But I just like the whole pagan imagery of the antlers and stuff like that going against Christianity. I think it's very interesting. And even in the film, like you saw that like Viking soldiers representing like different smaller kingdoms, like in England and Europe and stuff. And because when you saw Alexander Skarsgård when he was like with that first group of like Vikings that assaulted that big village and stuff, and they were like working for kind of mercenary and out. And I thought that was really cool. Like, it was completely what you call a period piece, and just like Robert Eggers does, like everything was up to par with like the time period, with the dialogue, the language, the setting, the atmosphere. Like everything is done so well, and it's taken care of, and it's just so specific and detailed, and I really like it. I really appreciate it.
I know it seemed at first like while he was like raiding and doing his like berserker sort of stuff, biting the shield and everything, and doing that, it just seemed like he was kind of like wasting his time idly until like he actually saw like the Raven. That's what it was. The Raven like representing his dad and like hearing his uncle's name and stuff like that. Then
Yeah.
He, like, really like, oh shit, I gotta go do this or whatever. That's what it seemed like.
Yeah, I don't, maybe like I just thought that, I thought that was weird too. I was just like, just now all of a sudden he's like, oh, I guess I should go fulfill my promise. And it's like, it's been like 20 years, man. Like, what have you been doing? Like, just getting big, I guess.
That's like the first point where we figure out like he went back to Iceland to be a sheep farmer because his kingdom failed. So like the point is, or like it is pointless. Like he killed his brother for nothing. Like the kingdom fell anyways. And, like,
yeah, I thought that was hilarious. I like how even characters said it, like, oh, Hofnir the brotherless. I'm like, he's like, he killed his brother for no reson. I'm like, that's fucking terrible. Like that sucks. I thought that was pretty fucking funny how that was the case. But that whole family was just kind of like, Man, I really did not like the mom, the brotherless's wife, like the mom of Alexander Skarsgård. Like Jesus Christ, like talk about like an evil scheming bitch. Like when I say that, it's like fuck, man, that is the definition. Like when they first met up and she tried to like be all romantic and kiss him, and she's like, "You need to kill my husband." And it's just like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, especially to her own son.
Yeah, she's disgusting.
I mean, I don't know what all that stuff was about, but I could kind of understand her like hating her husband because she was like a slave.
Yeah, like that tracks for sure. I think like the whole kiss to him was just like for her to survive. Like she's a survivalist, you know, like she takes opportunities, opportunistic, like kind of scheming, like nothing really. She doesn't really care about anything except for her and her, I guess, her youngest's safety, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the whole, I really enjoyed the story as a whole. I will come out and say that going into it, I was hoping it'd be more spooky and kind of with more horror themed, but that was just not the case, and I kind of set myself up for a little bit of a disappointment.
It seemed like they kind of played upon like a lot of religious sort of aspects when it came to like it supposed to be like spooky and stuff like that. Whether they
Yeah.
were it was a dude like killing the older brother's like best friends and like setting him up like a horse on top
Yeah,
of
that shit was fucking cool. That was some dope mind games. Your next type of bullshit. I really liked
and
it.
then alongside that, like the other sacrificial thing where like he cuts that one dude open over like their high priest.
Oh yeah.
But
Completely like turned him inside out. But like I feel like if you know more about like the historical stuff about like the Vikings and like the religion and just the world at that point, I feel like it only adds to it when you watch the film. And so I'm pretty happy I had like a decent amount of background knowledge of what was going on. So just going into it, man, it's just you're kind of clueless. And I can see a lot of people going into this film and just kind of not understanding what's going on because it's like it doesn't matter what shape the kingdom's in or who he's fighting for at the very beginning, you know. That doesn't really matter, but like it just kind of adds to it, you know, if you do know it.
yeah, like it sets a plot. I understand that.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I can't honestly like think of like a single scary part in the movie except for like a part where
Not
I was
at
just kinda,
all.
like fuck that, but like that was whenever like the older brother dies and they're doing the ritual for him and they're literally like stabbing the shit out of the like wife or girlfriend of him or whatever to like go to Valhalla with him, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this shit's fucking whack, dude. It's a very it's a very fucking weird movie. I liked it though. Like very
I
good.
did too. I would easily say like my favorite part is probably either when he's killing the older brother or whenever that little brother's like stabbing him a shit ton in the back.
Yeah, that fucking was hilarious. When he goes into the room and he accidentally kills the wife and he accidentally, well, he had to, and he accidentally fucking killed the little kid, and then the brotherless walks in, he's just sets down his shit, he's like, well, they're dead, and he just like picks them up and drags them off, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Fucking morbid.
It was very morbid. I liked what they said to each other. They're like, I'll battle you at the gates of hell or whatever, and it was like a fucking like volcano.
Yeah, just
Whatever.
you're casually going in a volcano, you know. You know, they didn't really have the meet you at the flagpole outside like 3 o'clock after school kind of thing. They had something completely different. But I was going to say, like, out of the trilogy of the films, Lighthouse, The Witch, I'd say of those, this is not a diss at all or saying it's a bad film. I'd say it's the weakest out of the three, in my opinion. I enjoyed the other movies a bit more. But yeah, overall, man, like fucking just 3 bangers in a row like this, like fucking just good shit. I really enjoyed it. I heard there were a couple of rumors floating around that he might be making a Nosferatu remake for like the 100-year anniversary, starring Willem Dafoe as like Nosferatu, and I thought that like, man, that sounds cool as fuck. Yeah, I saw like some art about that stuff too, and I was like, damn, dude, like that's actually a really cool idea, and I like all the fucking work that he's done so far. Like all of his movies I've really enjoyed. Like this movie I really enjoyed too. I've got nothing but like good things to say about it. Like I said, I kind of was expecting a bit more, but like overall, like a good solid revenge story, and it was good. It was banging. I totally recommend it.
I would say so. Yeah, like it. I don't know. Starting out, it sort of seemed like a very prideful sort of revenge story, and then after that, like it just just like nothing but revenge. Like it didn't even matter at the point, like at any point in the movie, it never really mattered. And then just it all ended in death, which I really liked. It was like ending on a very morbid note.
Kind of reminded me a bit of like Last of Us 2 Part 2. That it's a very shindy ending. That revenge doesn't really get you anywhere, but like it's supposed to satisfy like you, but like at the end of the day, like it does nothing but harm you. You know, just being spiteful and angry, and maybe that's the lesson that you're supposed to learn there. Because isn't this supposed to be like kind of a legend, or I guess like a myth or a folktale kind of thing? And Scandinavian culture, or am I wrong? I might be wrong there, but if if it's the case, but definitely like a lesson to be learned about that shit. I don't know how accurate like those kingdoms and stuff like that's supposed to be. Like I know they mentioned King Arthur, which is I know that's pretty true. That he ended up uniting a lot of the Viking like clans together and stuff and tribes or whatever the fuck. Which is pretty cool. Like I said, like their historical like accuracies were fucking amazing. They did a great job with that. I could not believe it. It's very nice to see them fucking just take it so strongly, take it so seriously, and just be so dedicated to it. Which you don't see like in a lot of movies. I don't know. Every movie that I see nowadays is just like fucking garbage. And just to see this film was like a breath of fresh air. And I was like, this is lovely. Like, I wish I've seen this movie instead of Spider-Man and Doctor Strange and everything like that. It's like, this is fucking class. Like, this is a piece of art entertainment that deserves to be, like, on the big screen and stuff like that. It's just not a fucking cash out for fucking money, you know? This is a good fucking story, and I really like it. I recommend it. Feel like people should go out of their way, check it out. I know the movie didn't do fantastically in the box office-wise, but I feel like people should definitely go out of their way and just check out the story. It's nice.
Yeah, it definitely merits like a one watch, like for sure. But yeah, I can totally agree. I would probably reverse my order at least, though. Like I'd say this is probably my second favorite. I don't know. I like The Witch, but it was not my favorite at all.
Really? Yeah, that's funny because The Witch is my favorite.
I don't know. I guess I hold more praise to like The Lighthouse. That was like a really good film, but like I feel like every now and then we do need sort of like a serious film like these or whatever, whether it depicts like some sort of like paganism or mythology or whatnot, but it's definitely a breath of fresh air. I can agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, Vikings have been pretty hot. I mean, like, there's been a lot of stuff and just like a lot of TV shows, like with The Last Kingdom, just Vikings, you know, with like media that depicts that stuff. But I don't know if anything. I've never checked anything of those out. But after playing like Assassin's Creed and God of War 4 and Senua's Sacrifice, I've been kind of on the Norse train about learning a bit more about that stuff, and I really like it.
That's really cool.
Yeah, but overall, a number rating. What do you give the film?
8.5 out of 10.
8.5. I'm gonna agree with you. I say that's a solid 8.5 out of 10. I'm gonna agree with you. So that's gonna be the Foundry's official review score, ladies and gentlemen. Before we close out this review, Kylo, are we missing anything? You think?
I'm not sure. What do you think we're missing? Like, do you think we should tell him?
I think you should tell them.
You think I should tell him?
I think you should tell them. I feel like they deserve to hear it from your mouth. Whatever that is, you're gonna tell them. If it's that thing, I think you're gonna tell them. You should tell them. You should tell them. The boss is in my room, right? Oh! All right, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys so much for watching our Northman review. There's some links down below in the description you guys can check out. Make sure to subscribe for some more, review content in the future. Kylo, thanks so much for joining me today, buddy.
I really like Willem Dafoe's butt.
Willem Dafoe's ass is popping. See you guys later.